Welcome back to the channel. Verasity no longer needs to be listed on Binance or Coinbase for now, and I'm going to explain why. So I told you all before that I believe that Verasity can 10x minimum, in my personal opinion, without a Binance or Coinbase. Now, currently Verasity is listed on large exchanges like KuCoin, OKX, Gate.io, Bybit, etc. Right? These aren't small exchanges. So it already has that exposure. It already has access to different markets. Now, no doubt the main reason why we wanted Verasity to be listed on a Binance, a Coinbase, etc. is because of the increased liquidity. This typically leads to higher trading volumes, liquidity, making it easier for users to buy and sell Verasity, etc. Greater visibility and credibility. But here's the thing. What typically happens on a Coinbase or Binance listing is a massive sell-off. And I'm going to show you an example of what that actually means. I'm going to tell you when I believe it would be a good time for us to be listed on a Binance or a Coinbase. So have a look at Bonk token. Now, many of you will know that we've been updating on Bonk on this channel quite a bit. Many of you might even be in Bonk. We gave this out under a $50 million market cap. If you missed our calls on Verasity, right at these lows, if you missed our calls on Bonk token, especially the call that we gave towards the end of Feb, it means you're not subscribed to this channel. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any more of these free calls, right? So subscribe right now. So let's continue. So Bonk token, we bought this under a $50 million market cap. This is when it only had exposure to a few exchanges, not that many exchanges. So you had to buy on obscure exchanges. But this is when we were able to position. We saw price rally, continue to rally. In fact, it went up over 30, 40x within the space of two months. Right? This is all without a Coinbase or Binance listing. And then guess what happened? As traction grew, as the community grew larger, it started to be adopted by the larger exchanges. This was Coinbase and then Binance. And guess what happens? Price peaks. And then once the listing happens, we see a sell-off. And that's the sell-off that we saw. We saw price peak in December and then price sold off. And obviously it's gone back up now. It's making its move back to the upside. So this is why these exchanges are important. I'm going to explain that towards the end of this video, but for now you can see that massive sell-off that occurred, and this happened to Shiba Inu last cycle as well. The list goes on and on. You'll notice this with many major micro cap projects. We see the rally, people position, people get their early entries in, price goes up 10, 20, 30x, maybe even a 50x or so, and then soon as we list, we see the sell-off. Now, Verasity right now is at $137 million market cap, and that's while it's been already listed on some mainstream exchanges like a KuCoin or OKX. So what we anticipate happening now is Verasity at least 10x in, so maybe hitting around, above, from where it currently is now, it could hit 1.4. Maybe just under $1 billion market cap, or maybe just over that, right? Before we see any major listing. In fact, we could see Verasity at maybe $2-3 billion market cap before we see any major listing. And then I think what's likely to happen once that traction grows, once the community grows, once people start buying Verasity, the fun stops. What ends up happening is we see price go up and then completely crash, right? So this is why we typically don't want to see, the listing at the start of a bull cycle. If the listing happened maybe, before the confirmation of the bull cycle and we already positioned, that is different. But the fact that we're already at the start of a bull cycle, the last thing we want is price to rally 10x and then sell off, and remain flat for, 1 month or two. And then kind of what Bonk did, start to move back to the upside, a month later, creates new highs. And that's all good. So to conclude, when do I think the Binance and Coinbase listing should actually take place? I think the Binance and Coinbase listing should take place in the middle of the bull cycle. No, so not right at the end of the bull cycle. I think that's pretty pointless. I think in the middle of the bull cycle. So once price has already sold off, right? So once price is already flat and has already pulled back, that's when I would say is the best time to list on Coinbase, to list on Binance, because we could actually see the opposite. Whilst the market is flat, while the market is pulled back, we can see, instead of a buy the rumor, sell the news, we could see Verasity continue its upside pump on that announcement. So I don't think it should happen whilst price is rallying right at the start of the cycle, but who knows, because we are at the very start of this cycle, we could see price go up, peak, and then sell off. But as it stands, I don't think we need Binance or listing right now. So who knows? This is just my analysis. It's not financial advice. Make sure you do your own independent research. But based on what I've seen before and based on what I've seen last cycles, the listing only benefits those who are already in the project. And good news is most of you are already in. So what can you do right now? As I said, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any more of these free updates that I've given out on Bonk token, Verasity, etc. I'm expecting Verasity to make a solid and heavy move to the upside. I'm about to post some exclusive updates in my free Telegram group right now. So if you want, more free stuff, more incredible calls, then join the free Telegram group below, and I'll see you all there shortly. Until the next update, seize the day.